Also got some big news out of Ford. It's acquired Chariot, which is sort of like Uber for transit buses. This is a live picture right now of the Ford transit van website. It's called Chariot, and you can see that what it does is it has a whole bunch of different stops, and you can use an app and you can find out wherever one of these very nice, cozy 15-person transit buses is. And they've bought it. They're like minivans, but for the crowd-sharing world. Ford says it wants to help major urban areas cut down on traffic congestion. Is it coming to a city near you? CEO and President Mark Fields with me now on how the smart mobility Chariot service works. But who's it really for?
It's basically urban dwellers that are using mass transit or are using ride-sharing services. And the beauty of this, it allows customers to actually have the shuttle come directly to them as opposed to, let's say, mass transit where you have to go to their route. So we're targeting those kind of folks, and actually we're working with cities because our view is cities are going to continue to grow. There's congestion. They're looking for solutions around mobility, and we want to partner with cities. We want to be there for them.
The goal, it seems, is to cut down on congestion, right? How bad is congestion, and why does Ford take this on its shoulders?
Well, we're taking this on because we view it as a couple of things. One is when you look around the world, cities are growing. Today in the world's population, about 50% of the population of the world lives in cities. That's probably going to grow to 60% in the next 10 to 15 years. And that causes a lot of problems in cities in terms of people being able to get around or goods to be able to be delivered. So we're looking at that, we're saying, number one, that could have an impact on our business. And number two, part of our why as a company has always been about making people's lives better and help changing the way the world moves. So we're looking at this and we're saying, here's a business opportunity. If the world is moving more towards not only owning vehicles but sharing them, how do we participate in that? So that is really the way we're looking at this, and this is why we want to be part of the solution, and at the same time could provide us a great business opportunity and actually touch the Ford brand to folks who may not have ever even thought about buying a car in the future. So it exposes them to the Ford brand.
I'd be remiss if I didn't ask what some investors are concerned about. Yesterday, Ford revealed the pretty significant expansion of the door latch recall. I guess that adds another 1.5 million vehicles to the recall. That makes it a total of 2.4 million. It's a pretty big number. You guys say that'll reduce this year's operating profit guidance by 6%. I'm just wondering, when do you anticipate calmer waters here? And this looks like a serious recall.
Well, we originally announced a regional recall about a month ago, and National Highway Trade, NHTSA, has asked us to take that nationally, which we have, and we're in the process of taking care of customers, and we're going to do that very expeditiously. We did say that it will reduce our earnings for this year, but keep in mind, net of the latch recall, we're still working towards our guidance of being equal to or better than last year. And last year was an all-time record year for us. So we flagged that yesterday, and we're going to continue to work at delivering the business.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, the car companies have this happen all the time. What they don't have happen all the time is something like Brexit. And I know in July you cited Brexit headwinds along with a slowdown in the core U.S. market sort of as reasons for concerns about the second half. I need to ask, because a lot has changed since the initial Brexit shock. It's not as bad as things thought. People out there were saying the world was going to end and the Earth would stop rotating on its axis. What about for Ford? Is it still as bad as you thought back in July?
Well, what we said back in our earnings call after the Brexit vote, that the impact could hit us to the degree of about $200 million this year, and next year incrementally around $500 million or so. What we're seeing in the last 2 months in the car industry, for example, the car industry has actually been flat to about up. But when you peel that back, the retail industry is actually down 6 or 7%. So you're seeing fleets actually balance that out. And what we're seeing is, as we go forward, we're looking at business investment from the surveys. That's down, so there might be a lag effect. So we're cautious on the impacts for Brexit, and we think that there's more to come.